So good afternoon, first grade.
Good afternoon, Miss Ford.
You don't need to this second. All right, so it has been 2 weeks since I've seen you. So I want just to remind you, I think last time you were here, your positive pause was like 14, so it's really great. And today is a special engineering challenge. Today, you actually have the question, can the shape of a structure solve a problem? And I don't want you to answer it yet. I want you just to think in the back of your head, because we're going to be engineers. And we're going to use these thinking skills, Theo. We're going to support any of our ideas with reasons why. So I'm going to ask you a lot about what's why. I'm going to be looking for you to contribute positively to your group and inspire teamwork. How will I know if you are inspiring teamwork? Raise your hand and tell me. How will I know? Yes.
If you're being respectful.
Okay, and what does
respectful with your things.
with your things, so your materials, how else, Mateo?
By showing me.
By showing me. So what does it look like to be respectful, Simon?
help somebody that's beside you or your partner if they need help and they don't know what to do.
I agree with that. Thumbs up to that. We're also going to use what we already know about being engineers, about working together, and about structures and our materials, and transfer it to this activity. So thumbs up if you are ready to take on this engineering challenge. Awesome. I have things on two sides of the room, so you guys aren't too far away. Way back in December when we started our engineering work, we made a list of all the things we thought engineers did. And then we read a book. Do you remember what the book was? Yeah?
I think it was, no. I think
Yes?
about engineers, like this little girl wanted to become one, and she decided to make I know.
Oh, you know what? You have to let her think her own thoughts. And if your hand is up while somebody else is talking, then you're not listening to them. So I should not see hands up while someone else is talking.
So she wanted to make something really, really interesting, and she thought she would test it out.
She would test it out, right? And so after we read Rosie Revere, Engineer, you guys decided that engineers make things better, that they get ideas from things around them, that they solve problems, that they never quit, that they invent, that they test things out, and they ask questions. Believe it or not, we are going to do all of those things today, Francis. And we're going to start with getting ideas from things that are around us. So I have a few special pictures from around us that'll look familiar to you. So our question today is, can the shape of a structure, right? A structure, this table is a structure, this building is a structure, our slides are a structure. Can the shape solve a problem? So I'm going to show you two familiar pictures from outside our building. And I want you to talk to people at your table and figure out what problem do these two things solve. Go ahead and talk to each other. So the video camera is that one right there. And just like, it's on. So Simone, you just need to walk around. Yes. So he won't speak to you? So you tell me your ideas. You tell me how that solves a problem. And Justice, you can listen like you to participate. Yes.
Can I wipe my hands? Can I go to the bathroom and wipe my hands?
Got it. All right. heard lots of ideas, and when you're giving your idea, Philip, when I call on someone to give their idea, if you agree with it, show me that you agree with it. And listen, we don't want to repeat somebody else's idea, right? But we can show that we agree with it. So we're going to start over here. Jamal, what problem do those things solve?
They solve like the little pole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And not that one, the one up top. It's like if you didn't have any poles, you wouldn't be able to like walk down. And if you didn't have the bottom pole, you would be able to stoop down. Or if you didn't have if you didn't have the thing, you wouldn't be able to ride your bike down.
So if you didn't have the thing, this structure here, you wouldn't be able to ride your bike down it. Would somebody like to add to that? Heaven. Haley.
But if you have a wheelchair, you could go up, or if you have a stroller, and then the sidewalk will solve the little downy thingy. I don't know what that's called. If you have something and you can't go down, like if you have crutches, then you could put yourself down and then crutch across the street.
Okay, so it helps with crutches, it helps if you're in a wheelchair. And does somebody have a name for what those structures are that you can remember? Yes. Well, there is a sidewalk there, but there's a name for the part that we're looking at that solves the problem. Sylvia.
A lamp.
Show me if you agree with Sylvia. Hands down, show me if you disagree with Sylvia. There's still a lot of you who disagree? Does someone think it's called something else? What do you think it's called?
I think it's called this, like, you know where that pole thing is?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is flag.
You know what I think we're going to do, Anna? I want you to get your thoughts together and we can come back. The two parts we're looking here are ramps. So we agree from what I heard around and from each other that solves a problem with strollers, bless you, in wheelchairs. And so these structures solve a problem. Let's look at two more structures. I'm going to show you two other structures that we haven't had a chance to play on yet. And I want you to look at how they're the same and different and what their reason and purpose might be. And if they solve a problem. You ready?
Yes.
Take a look and talk to each other again. How are these slides the same and how are they different? I'm looking for engineer tables who are ready. Table 1 is ready. Anna, I know you can do it. You sit on them, Ken. So these are our new slides, right? This is the big part of the playground, and this is the smaller part of the playground. I want you to tell me in your observations, well, how are these the same and how are these different? Jackson.
There's one picture with some rocks on it, but the other picture doesn't have any more.
So you notice that there's rocks, but in terms of the slide itself, a voice I have not heard yet, I haven't heard Theo's voice. Hands down and let's listen to what he has to say.
That picture has a twisty slide, and the small one has a big and covered one.
So this one is covered and twisty, and this one is.
No, that one is like a 2, and that one's all like it looks like it's all twisty.
Okay, so this is slide number 1. Come on, hold on. And this is slide number 2. This is slide number 1. This is slide number 2. I want you to think which one of these slides would be best for the preschool and pre-K students. slide number 1 or slide number 2? Show me on your hands. Show me on your hands. Wow, I see that almost everybody, there's a few people who think this is best for preschool.
That's my best one.
Hold on, we have different, but most people, and I want to hear from you, think this one. Leilani, you can put your hands down. Why do you think this one's best for preschool?
Because it's littler, and that one might make them scared.
So, do you think that the purpose or the function of this slide is for younger kids to be able to play on it?
Yes.
So, well, big kids could, but some of you thought that number 1 was better for kids. Let me guess. Was it because it had a cover?
Yes.
I thought so. So, but that one's a lot higher, and my picture doesn't show it. But I noticed that these 2 slides have purposes to them, right? One is, the purpose is for younger students, and one is for older students. We're going to get through this so we can get to our challenge. I'm going to show you one more set of pictures, Francis. One more set, and they're very similar. They're both trucks in the picture. There's animals in one and not in the other. But I want you to look and see, what problem do you think these structures solve? And go. What do you think these problem? Talk to each other.
One is
solves is, you notice something about it. You can go after. They won't fall down. What about this structure, like what about this ramp makes it so the dogs won't fall down? You notice something. It's like a ladder. Okay, Justice, add to that.
And that one you had to climb.
What did you say?
That one takes you up and up. That one you had to climb.
I noticed that they both take you up, but that one has holes in it. Why might this one not be great? Saman, and then we'll come to Danae. Saman, why might this one not be good for dogs?
Because their feet like go inside the holes, but if they're small dogs, their feet might go inside the hole. But if they're bigger dogs with big feet, they could go up.
So are you telling me that even though those are both metal ramps that both go into trucks, the way they're designed has a different purpose or a different function?
Yes.
Right? One is for dogs and the other one
For horses and lawnmowers.
Maybe lawnmowers with wheels. I said I'd go to Danae next. Go ahead.
That one has bumpy stuff on that one, and that one don't, because the dog's feet might be stuck.
I heard that too. So are you guys ready to find out what your problem is that you have to build a structure for? Show me you're ready with your bodies calm. All right, so engineer teams.
Hello.
So far, show me Saman. Show me you're ready. You don't need to move the table. The table is secure. So, we're wasting precious engineering time. Justice. I see table 1 is ready. I see table 3 is ready. I see table 4. I'll just move over. I see that the table is being moved. Adonis, this is your verbal warning. If you move it again, you're going to be asked to sit out. All right. So, can the shape of a structure help solve a problem? Well, you're going to find out today by solving a problem with a structure. Because here is my problem. Structures like slides and ramps, like we just looked at, do solve a problem. And that poor ping pong ball, I wonder where it rolled off to now. Here's another version, is my problem. These ping pong balls are ending up all over my classroom, squished. And let me tell you why. Your engineering challenge today is to save the ping pong balls and help the preschoolers. So here's the problem, okay? Preschool and pre-K students have been building structures, right? They use the blocks, used to use them before in my class, but they're having a problem. They want to use them like the ramps that we saw. They want the balls to roll down them, but they haven't quite figured out how to get the balls moving without pushing them. So some of them are building these just flat structures. Some are building tall structures that are flat, but they haven't figured out how to get the ball moving without pushing them. So what they're doing, Jamal, is they put them down and they push the ball, which means they don't stay on the track, and then they end up all over the place and squished. And then I run out of ping pong balls, or worse yet, it's unsafe because kids are rolling on them. It's a real problem. So, are your engineering teams prepared to solve this problem for me? Okay, so here is what you have to do. Danae, this is what you have to do. You are, a very specific kind of ramp. I see that engineer team 3 is ready, and again, engineer team 1. Elise and Justice. You know what's helpful? I can see who's going to get their materials. Show me you're ready for your challenge, because we only are going to have about 15 minutes for the first part of this. Your job is going to be to create a structure using these familiar materials. I'll wait. Calm your bodies. Eyes on me. Philip, sit up, please. Your model must make the ball roll without pushing it. Your model must keep the ball on the table, right? The problem is that they're rolling off the table. And if you need an extra challenge, you can use in one of our movement words of curve, turn, or zigzag. So, your challenge is to create a structure using what we already saw, right? Because engineers get ideas from things around them. They solve problems, which you're going to do, and they don't quit, and they work together, right? So, you need to make a structure using these that can make the ball roll without pushing it and keep the ball on the table. You may have an extra challenge of adding a curve, turn, or zigzag. And here is the important information about your materials. Each table will get 1 bin. How many bins? 1. And one of our practice skills today, Elise, is collaborating and inspiring teamwork. So we need to make sure that you can work in groups of 2 or 3 your table, that you share materials. I see that. I can fix it in just a second. I hear people already trying to make a plan, which is great. Have a seat, Adonis. Have a seat. I hear you're making a plan, and I'll wait. We may not get to the building part. We're not planning yet because you don't have the materials. I'll give you a chance to plan as we get the materials. Justice.
Your battery's low.
I see that, but I'm more interested in this right now. Okay? So, you're going to get your materials. When I say start, we will start. Just like the Legos when we build, when I need your attention, I'll do a double clap. Show me what you do on the second clap. And your hands would be off. And we should be able to close our eyes and hear no material. You're going to have about 15 minutes to build. And I'm going to come around and take pictures of any structures you finish so that we can evaluate them next time we're together and figure out how to improve upon them. I'm going to ask Leilani, I'm going to ask Anna, I'm going to ask Isaac and Franklin and Adonis to be my material managers today. Your job is not to control the materials, it's just to bring them, to get them and bring them to your team, and when it's time to clean up, to bring them back. Are there any questions about the challenge?
No.
Simon.
When we make our stuff, could we like put something at the back? So
Yep, these are your design ideas. You may, when your material manager brings your stuff back, you may get started And while your material manager is getting your things, you can plan with those around you. Material managers, please come get your materials. You have to work as a team. It's okay, you can have it to test. Now try to talk about putting your ideas together. I know you have ideas, Mateo. Well, so first of all, he thinks you can make a ramp. Do you guys agree? That a ramp is so based on what you already learned. So the question is how to make it. You all have different ideas. So Adonis. Give me the ball. I'm seeing lots and lots of different ideas. I hear people talking. I also see people working individually, except for subgroups. Sorry, put their ideas together.
No one's copying me. I'm making can you only make it a little bit bigger?
So the ball has to be
Yes, give you a 4 eyes. Let's make you a egg.
Hold on, what are the two goals?
Okay, then put it back on.
Move it up. And if it works, if there's a good place, you can probably put it down if your arms are tired.
Can I have a ball? Why do you just want money?
So that would meet that goal.
I don't think so.
Since you already created it, right, does it meet our goals? What are our goals? That's okay. That's all right.
I'm smart and I made this so many times. I'm not smart. I don't know how to do it.
Can you tell me about the design? So you have the part about the ball not falling off. Do you have part of the problem of the ball? It's okay. That happens, right? We don't give up as engineers. Simon, can you say sorry, please? Oh, you bumped it? Okay. Well, you know what? We just rebuilt. But does this meet the problem of it moving without you pushing it? Watch. So how do you make it? Can you tell me about your design? Maybe you guys can start working together. Where's yours? That's okay. So tell me about this. Have you tested it yet?
Nobody has.
Can I have your ball, please? Or do you I made it well.
Nope, they're actually working as a team. And if you guys are working as a team, you have a lot more materials. So think about if you make a basket, I'm about to take a picture.
I know, I want to see it.
Yes, you're still
Stand up and do it.
Can you explain how you met your goal, or if you think you met your goals? Have you tested it yet? Go ahead and grab a ball and let's test it. Let's see.
I've already tested one of
Well, you could. Okay, well, see if you can do that. Let Simon test. Isaac test.
We don't have any more.
Let's see. Let's let it go and see. Okay, how many of your goals did it meet? How many problems did it solve? One. So it needs to solve 2 problems, but you're out of blocks. So now you need to figure out if you can put your ideas together. You ready to try it out?
I'm gonna go my goal.
All right, let's see, guys.
I need some ball.
All right, so yours is does it move on its own? Hold on, does it move on its own without pushing?
Yes, you do.
Lily, did yours work? Lily, I was waiting for you to throw the ball down.
Let's see if we remember. You should be able to close your eyes. You should be able to close your eyes and hear nothing. Oh, wait, I found a bunch on the ground. So I don't see any team with everybody stopped and listening. So we will wait. Elise, have a seat, please. Philip, you have to sit on your hands. Adonis, wait. Justice, at this point, unfortunately, when I look, I see at least one person still working at every team except Team 3. Team 3, thank you for all stopping and focusing. So, I needed to make a quick announcement. Danae. Well, unfortunately, more of our time is over. It was a quick announcement, but that took 2 minutes for me to be able to get your attention. I need you, if you cannot stop touching it, Theo, sit on your hands. Just like with Legos, just like when we use other materials. Sylvia. Close your eyes, everybody, for a moment, and you should be able to tell if people are listening. Close your eyes. Now open them. So, a few things. I've started taking pictures of people's work. Lots of people are meeting one of the 2 goals. You're solving a problem of keeping the ball on the table, or you're solving a problem of keeping the ball moving without pushing it. Franklin. But time to finish everything today. Elise, thank you. You may give me these. So we are not going to have time to finish everything, but I am going to get pictures of your work so that next time we come, just like engineers, we can look at what we have and improve our designs. There are only 3 minutes left. Actually, we're not going to continue. We're not going to continue except for table 3. Table 3 is going to continue because they are the only people who've sat quietly right now without building. Philip, please go and sit over here. We now have 1 minute. The next time I clap, go pick it up, please. It will be time to clean up. I'm going to come around and get pictures of the work that you have so far so that we have it for next time we're here. You have 1 minute left. You may get back to work. Team 3, you guys are the rock stars.
Zola. Let's take it down.
Philip,
Come
come here.
record it. Put it back.
When I say it's time to stop, you need to stop. You wouldn't take the hair in.
There's no more block.
All right, sir.
I did one that turns I did one too. Except I need more block.
Alright, you guys did a really, I'm looking at my phone, I don't know what to do. Good job, good job, good job. You guys have such great ideas. Okay, I'll come and you're pushing it. Is that going to move on its own? It needs one of the goals, not two. Alright, let's see. I don't know where
Look, I came back to the cake that I had.
Come on.
I'm gonna try tomorrow. Can I try yours? Look. Can you try mine? Look.
pictures here.
All y'all look like
Adonis, what did I say would happen after the next clap? Now, clean up, but hold on a minute. You're not doing it yet because I want to let you know we need to do it quickly, but also these are very loud. And loud things can be very upsetting to a lot of people. So your job as a team is going to be to place all these in your box as quietly as possible. The material manager is going to return them back, and I'm going to see which engineer teams are ready to be done for positive cause. And go. Quietly as possible. I got it. Don't worry. Oh, you don't have to lay them out this time. put your heads up so we can look at positive cause. We're going to reflect on what we did next time with our pictures. We're going to start with persevering through challenges, keeping an open mind, asking questions. Every single person did that to the point of you wanting to do it too much, so that was good. Contributing positively to the group and inspiring teamwork. Most of you. Remember, it's not just about building our own thing. It's about supporting each other and looking for ideas from each other. Ms. Collins probably says that a fair amount. Cleaning up quietly. Using material. We could do better. Yeah, I agree. It's okay. It's not bad. It's not bad. Active listening. All of the time or most of the time? Most. So,
A 2. Yeah.
well, right now we're at a 13. I'm going to see, not bad, but not our best work. Thumbs up if you think next time we come in to improve on our engineer challenge that you're going to work for a higher than a 13. All right. I'm looking right now for which teams are ready to head out because I have a kindergarten group about to walk in. Team 3, engineer team of the day, you may line up.
Silently on 0. In line order. You know, we already had the discussion.
Team 1, Franklin.
In line order.
Team 5, Adonis, Lucy.
Haley.
Team 1,
Come on, that's a point. Stop coming to me and asking. You need to raise your hand.
Yes, and Philip, I know you've been really wanting to